The search for commissioners to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission enters its home stretch, with the panel expected to conclude the interviews next week, Thursday. And as the commission prepares to take a break for the Easter weekend, 5 candidates were interviewed on Thursday, with some pledging bold reforms if appointed, such as separating the election date of the presidential polls from all the other elective positions. Chumba has more for you.
Day 18 since the start of interviews to select the next commissioners to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. With the country preparing for the Easter weekend, Ndungu, a criminologist with over a decade of experience at the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, Ndungu promised to bring his investigative expertise to the Commission, skills in evidence analysis, preservation and truth-seeking.
If we can trust bank with our billions and millions of money, why don't we trust a software where maybe I can register myself at the convenience of my house, register as a voter, and then it will reflect to the IEBC. So that's the idea. If I am given an opportunity to join IEBC, I'll think of a software. I'll think of an app which will give all of us a convenience to register from our home.
Rodney Walter Okoth, a lawyer, governance expert and university lecturer, was next. Okoth will propose bold reforms if appointed, with included separating the presidential election from that of other elective posts to enhance accountability.
On the 9th of August, 2027, we'll be having a presidential election, and at the same time we'll be having a gubernatorial election, we'll be having senatorial elections, we'll be having parliamentary elections, and we'll also be having MCA elections. That puts a lot of pressure on the institution of the IEBC.
Educationist and Mombasa County Executive Dr. Roslyn Sidirandu brought her grassroots perspective, defending her leap into the stormy waters of electoral leadership despite the turbulent history of former commissioners.
Sometimes it's the pressure of the work and the political interference to some extent, not all the time. The citizens have very high expectations that this should be done at this particular time, and when it fails, that becomes a problem.
Do you still want to go on with this interview?
Yes, Chair, because this is a higher calling.
Dr. Rukia Tikia, director of the Kenya School of Government in Mombasa, shared her passion for inclusive voter registration while disclosing her spouse was also in the running for IEBC commissioner's role.
To a large extent, there is availability of radio and local vernacular radios. So through this, I think we can be able to reach and get them register. And then we have the issue of the voting space in terms of accessibility for the disabled groups. So we need to make sure that the voting places are friendly.
Ruth Songa Kalundu also faced the panel, concluding the day's interviews. The panel is expected to conclude the interview on the 24th of April and retreat to decide on those who will have made the cut to oversee the country's next poll in 2027. Chumba, Prime Edition.